Hi, welcome to that's episode 3 for MedWealth series. I think for the past 2 days we'll be discussing passive. We discussed passive income. That's talking about stocks. We discussed active income, talking about telemedicine because that's where you have to actively engage yourself. Here with us in the studio, we have Nurse Gadima Love again. Okay, on our first episode she was here. She was our resource person and speaker. Talking about stocks, why you should go into stocks, why how you can actually get started with stocks. For those who have been able to watch the replay, kudos. I see the analytics. And she was kind enough to give us a complete discount on 100% discount on her new book that's Nursing to Wealth. Personally, I went through the book and I have to say, amazing ideas in that book. In case you haven't, you might want to go check it out. Information are in the group. Once again, welcome, Nos Gadima. We are super excited to hear what you have for us today. Welcome, welcome. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you so much for the privilege and opportunity to be here. I'm actually privileged. Yes, it's actually an opportunity to share what I know with amazing nurses and everyone who is listening to this live session. All right. So whether it's morning or afternoon or evening on your side, welcome to this session. Yes. So actually today we'll be talking about generating passive income with Amazon KDP. And I don't know if you're quite familiar with Amazon KDP or if you do know about it, but this is actually an opportunity, or it's actually a passive income stream. At the same time, it's an online business that I don't get tired talking about it. It's actually something that I love talking about because it's so mind blowing and it's it's just so fascinating, the whole concept about it. Okay, so first of all, the word Amazon KDP is actually coined from it's two separate words. We have Amazon and then we have the KDP, right? So Amazon, like or I'll assume you know, and if you don't know, well, let me let you know, it's actually one of the top three. It's actually standing out as the number one, right? It's the e-commerce site in the United States. So it was actually founded by Jeff Bezos, which of course I'm sure you know him as one of the top richest men in the world. Right? So that was that was in 1994, and then the subcategory to Amazon was created in 2007, which is the KDP. In full terms, it's known as Kindle Direct Publishing, right? So on Amazon is very, very similar, like the stores we have, stores like Jumia, stores like Alibaba Express, where you just go to shop for things online because this is the digital era. So you don't have to go out to even buy things again. You can just easily order them from what's online. So now on Amazon, you can easily shop for anything and everything you're looking for. You can actually shop for it. But we're just going to be talking about in the aspect of books, right? So yes, in today's world, from where I come from, which is Nigeria, I know that most Nigerians, or actually the average Nigerian, doesn't like to read. Yes, doesn't like to read. It's very, very hard to find.
Books.
Yes, we only read when it's time for exams and all that. But with the Western world, the United States, and all those other countries, actually, books is something that's defined, passionate about, and that is why leveraging on Amazon KDP, it's something you want to do if you've not done it before. Now, the best time to have gotten started with Amazon KDP was when it was founded, which of course is in 2007, right? And then the second time to have gotten started with Amazon KDP was in 2020 during the COVID-19 pandemic, because when businesses was shutting down because of the whole pandemic, Amazon sales skyrocketed. It skyrocketed to over millions of dollars in sales in just the first 3 months of 2020. So now the third best time, which of course I even say is the last best time to start, is now, right? Because there's never going to be a best time, right? Is now because dollars keeps rising, the exchange rates keeps fluctuating, and we all know that Naira has lost its value. So at least one way to stay above the board is by earning in foreign currencies. So I like to define Amazon KDP in simple terms as providing quality information that can solve someone's problem, packaged via books. All right. So it means that anyone can do it and everyone can do it. Why? Because as long as you have and information that someone is looking for, and you can package it in the form of books and present to that person, you can actually make money from Amazon KDP. And yes, you don't need to be a writer to get started. I started leveraging on Amazon KDP because I was actually looking forward to make an extra income from it, right? But yes, if you have writing skills, if you're already an author, if you're already a writer, then that is actually a bonus because it's not going to be something new to you at the end of the day. But if you're starting out as a non-writer, someone who just wants to make an extra income, like I did from the very beginning, you're also welcome because it's actually one of the simplest methods to generate income passively, right? And why I prefer it to other business models is because with Amazon KDP, you're not talking to anybody. You don't have to convince someone to come and start buying from you. You're not carrying anything. You're not carrying your business on your head. You're not carrying things on your head to sell. All right. You don't have to go to DM to DM. You don't have to be on sales call. You don't have to talk to anybody literally. Like no one needs to even know that you're working on a side hustle. If you want to make it a side hustle, if you want to make it your full-time job, no one needs to know, right? At the end of the day. And yes, one good thing about it is if you're willing to put in the work and the commitment, at least let's say for example 3 to 6 months, it just depends on you, for a period of time. So this passive income, actually, this business model has the potential of generating passive income. So it can keep paying you for life, right? So like I said, you don't need to write from scratch. You don't need to have writing experience to get started. Money is gotten from solving problems, right? And so we have over 310 million shoppers coming to buy things from Amazon, including books. So definitely they come on board and they search for. So like if you don't have a book on Amazon, you're actually missing out because it's not like, let's say for example now, my book which is on seller, right? So I have to actually make announcements and keep on promoting the book via social media platform across and say, okay, my book is out, blah blah blah. But on Amazon, you don't need to start looking for shoppers. across social media. You can actually leverage on the existing audience that comes into
Into
Amazon
Amazon.
every day. Yes. So that's one good thing about it. And like I said, you don't need to have writing experience to get started. It's about providing what's information that can solve someone's needs at the end of the day. So we have several categories, but I'm going to share from my own experience. So when I came across Amazon KDP, I'd actually started my online business, my first online business then. But then the business world, some days are up, some days are down. So I was actually at my lowest at that point when I came across Amazon KDP. And then so it felt like that was even the solution for me. At that time, I wouldn't call myself a writer. I just love books, but I wouldn't call myself a writer. Like I love to read. So it was something that easily relates with me. And then when I came across it, I just knew that okay, I wanted to start working on health books. Why? Because I'm a health professional. I felt like okay, I could
It's
easily
gonna be
relate with that
easier.
niche. But there are different categories. Yes, there are different categories on Amazon. We have the health, we have the children, we have parenting, we have business and money, we have summaries, we have biographies, even fiction books, right? Even travel guides. Right? Because people travel a whole lot. So if you can package guides that can, show them maps, where to visit, people make lots of money from travel guides as well. So there are different, it's just like I said, it's just packaging information in the form of books, right? And it's not just even in books. We also have audio books actually, but I'm not going to talk about audio books. It's more of like related to podcast and all that. I'm not going to talk about audio books. I'm talking about ebooks that you can create as low as 10 to 20 pages and actually upload them on Amazon. And the crazy part is you can do this for free. Creating an account on Amazon is completely free, right? Publishing your book on Amazon is completely free. Amazon does not charge you a cent for publishing on their platform, right? They accept you for free. Okay. The only thing is when you've made a sale from a book, let's say for example, you price your book at $10. So around that's the thing is that Amazon takes now 30% and you take 70%, which to me it's still a bigger share because Amazon taking $3,
That's
you're taking
$7.
$7.
I mean,
And $1, it's a huge amount of money
oh yeah,
now.
I
$1
mean, I mean,
is almost is 1,500. So it's actually easier to earn in dollars and other foreign currencies than to earn in naira. So yes, and then three, like I actually like to define the process to go about Amazon KDP in 6 steps. Okay, that is first of all creating an account, which I said you can actually do it for free. It's something that's like within 15 to 30 minutes. If you go through the guide or tutorial, it will put you through and you can create your account either from your smartphone or from your laptop, whichever one. All right. So after that, you're going to go ahead and create your virtual foreign account because this is where you're going to be receiving payments from. Okay. Now you don't have to go to a bank to start creating a domiciliary account. You don't have to go to a bank to start, you don't have to travel abroad, start creating a foreign account. You can actually do it virtually. And the good thing is also you can get that for free. Like you can create a virtual account. We have platforms like Gray, we have platforms like GeekPay, Payoneer, Clever. All these platforms gives you foreign account that is a USD, Euro, Pounds account for free. So you link these accounts to your Amazon KDP account so that whenever you get paid, the funds are sent there. And of course, you can actually withdraw these funds within 5 minutes to your local bank account whenever you get paid, right? And just let you know, Amazon pays its publishers from 21st to 29th of every month. Okay, so whenever you make sales, you get payments for the sales of your books from 21st to 29th of every month. So now the third step is now picking a niche. Okay, so what niche do you want to focus on? Whose problem do you want to solve? Do you want to work on health niche, or do you want to work business and money? Do you want to work parenting? Do you want to work self-help books? Do you want to work on fiction books? Or which niche? Pick a niche. Okay, and even if you don't know which niche to pick, we have them listed. Like there are a whole lot, over 10 niches, there are a whole lot. So you can actually pick from a list. And I always advise start from one niche. Okay, don't publish a book today on health and then tomorrow you're publishing on money. You'll be confused. Okay, you'll be confused. And it's also advisable to have one name for every niche. So if you're going to be publishing a book today, you can decide to let's say for example you're working on health niche. Okay, so let your name, you can go with your name, you can go with your pen name, but on Amazon I prefer to go with my pen name. Reason because my audience on Amazon are not Nigerians. My audience on Amazon are mostly from the United States, from UK, from Germany, and across globe. So I have to pick a name that resonates with them. Okay, so because most Nigerians we have native name and names that we're given from our dialects and all that. So it might not really resonate with your audience, except if you really have, except if you're already an established author, because we have established authors who, they don't need to even start shouting that their books are already published, already their fans and audience will quickly troop to Amazon and get it. But if you're coming as an independent publisher who doesn't know anybody, just wants to make an extra income, so it's advisable to use a pen name that resonates with your audience at the end of the day. And then when you pick a niche, right, like I said, focus on one niche at a time, okay? And then you actually go ahead to do your market research, okay? Now on Amazon, we don't just, I always say this to also writers who are also coming on board on Amazon, we don't just write what we want, we don't just create books on what we want. You don't just wake up this morning and say, okay, today I feel like writing on self-help for women or, pregnancy. No, we don't just write what we want, we write what is in demand. Okay, and all those data, all those statistics is available on Amazon. By just, let's say for example, you want to work on a book related to pregnancy, you can just type the keyword pregnancy on Amazon search bar and you're going to see other words that customers have been actually typing on that search bar, right? You can see probably maybe, okay, like recently I worked on a book related to addiction, right? Addiction. So, and then I just put the word addiction and then some keywords came out. Like an example of that keyword is how to stop drinking alcohol. So now there's probably a customer who has come on Amazon to search for books related to how to help him stop drinking alcohol. So now this is actually a keyword you can use because these are the PowerPoints. There's so much. There's so much that comes with. It's not just about putting out books, right? But it's actually putting out books that will sell. If you get it right, you actually enjoy the whole process at the end of the day. It's not complicated. It's something that if you get the whole concept right, it will keep working for you. So we don't just come on board to publish whatever we want. We come on board to publish what the market is looking for. Because you can publish something and nobody buys.
Yeah.
And then you might start blaming Amazon and say, okay, Amazon
It
doesn't
doesn't
like it. It's not
work.
like
They
that.
scammed me. All this.
It's because you've not done your due research. That's just applicable to every business. You're not just gonna open a shop in every street or anywhere you feel like. What if your ideal audience, your ideal customers are not there? So you're definitely not going to make sales. So it's applicable at the end of the day, right? So now when you do your research and you find out, okay, this is what the market wants, you go ahead and create your book. Okay, you go ahead and create your book. And there are a whole lot of analogies when it comes to like criteria we have to look at when it comes to creating books. First of all, like I said, your keywords needs to be in place, right? Your book title, for example, if you find a keyword, how to stop drinking alcohol, right? So it means that you want to make sure that your book title, your book subtitle is going to contain that keyword. So I can decide to say how to use cognitive behavioral therapy to stop drinking alcohol. Maybe that becomes my title. So that becomes my title. That I have that uniqueness in that title, like by adding more of therapy to help whoever is struggling with addiction or alcohol addiction, right? At the end of the day, and then that main keyword is there. So remember, anyone who comes to search on Amazon for anything related to cognitive therapy, my book can pop up. And anyone who comes to search for anything related to drinking alcohol, my book can pop up. So what's the next thing? If a book pops up, what's the next step? Because you're not the only person who has published a book related to that. So the next thing that will make a customer, or let's say an Amazon shopper, to actually click on your book now is going to be your book cover. Okay, so that is where graphic designs comes into play. So one thing I love about Amazon KDP is that it exposes you to learning multiple skills. So you find that, like, I had a student recently who said he was actually the one who designed part of my what I actually used. We call it A plus content. Okay, the A plus content that displayed the features of my book. He was actually the one who created it for me. So he actually had to even say that he was a quack publisher before, but now he even designs our great book covers. And that's one thing. Just let me even divert a bit to tell you that Amazon KDP provides you with diverse opportunities. Aside the traditional dollars you earn from publishing, you can generate extra income by skills like ghostwriting. Okay, you can learn ghostwriting from Amazon KDP and you monetize that skill. You can monetize skill like mentoring others who want to learn how to publish. You can monetize skill like book cover designs. You can monetize skill like proofreading, editing, formatting. And one good part is if you are able to grow your account to a valuable extent, it becomes an asset. You can actually sell that account for millions of dollars in the future to someone who needs it. Yes. So, and you can also use the knowledge from Amazon KDP to even go ahead and create your publishing press. There is someone, actually, she's also a nurse who is a ghostwriter, and then she realized that most persons want to get their books done, but when they get their books done, the whole process of publishing becomes difficult for them again. So she went ahead to search for knowledge, and she went ahead and created her publishing press. So that is actually Amazon KDP opens your mind to diverse opportunities. It's not just even about book publishing. It's not just even about earning in dollars. There's a whole lot. Aside that, you're making global impact with your books. Like, imagine me. I'm yet to go to the United States. I'm yet to go to the United Kingdom. But people from there have bought my books. So that is actually the global impact that comes from, Amazon KDP. And one thing I know is one great place to actually leave your legacy, a long-lasting impact, is via books, okay? You might be gone sometime in the future, but your books, what you've actually written, can keep passing on that message that you have spoken to generations. So actually look beyond just even the money, because I remember I just wanted to make
a lot more benefits than just the money.
Yeah, look beyond the money aspect. There's actually greater impact to book publishing. There's a whole lot. It's not just even about the money at the end of the day. So when you've actually
not Gadima, I'm sorry to interrupt you here, but I think this also happened on Monday during our session. Like it's always a pleasure having to have you with us. Like, I don't know about others, but I definitely made my notes here. Right, I already started taking the course on Amazon ADP as well. I haven't really been actively using it, but I was discussing with someone recently, and we're talking and what the ideas he had. I felt like, okay, these are things that can actually be put in a book for people to get, right? And then he started asking, how do I do this? How do I get started? How do I, arrange it? All he was saying in my mind, like, I already have knowledge somewhere. I can always go and get this and just take a refresher and, help him out. I mean, of course, I'm going to bill him for it, but, now I don't have to be the one putting my book out there myself. I'm just helping him. I'm helping a friend. I'm helping someone, right? Also put himself out there. Hey, KDP is actually an opportunity I see that is, it equips people with more than just a skill, right? It equips people with more than just a skill. So thank you very much for coming to share your knowledge. Really, we appreciate. For those who would want to follow up with further learning on how to get started, the process, he wants Nurse Gadima to actually mentor you, hold you by the hand and mentor you. Okay, you can reach out to her. We'll tag her in the chats. You can also check the description. We'll tag her there. You can reach out to her. She is ever willing to further discuss Amazon KDP. Okay, so Nurse Gadima, in just 30 seconds, can you give us a closing remark so we call the session?
Okay. Like I said, like I always say, you don't need $1 million. You don't need to have maybe 1 million followers to make impact. All right. You can always start from where you are with what you have. And one thing is, I believe that everyone has a book in them, right? You might not come on board as an author you might decide to come on board as an independent publisher, but you realize that you have a book in you. I didn't know that I was going to become an author or a writer someday, but I was okay. KDP brought out that potential from me, yes. And like I said, everybody has a book written in them. Okay, you might not really necessarily have to write a book out, but there's always a story you can share. Writing and reading has been in existence since, and it's still going to be in existence, right? So one thing that you should actually look forward to is leaving a long-lasting impact via a book. Even if it's just one book you're going to write, even if it's going to be like your life story, right? Sharing it via book, please do. And yes, yes. And if you don't know how to go about it, Amazon KDP can actually guide you towards creating books, quality books that stand out. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Everyone has a book in them. I especially like that statement. Everyone has a book in them. I'm going to sit down and go and bring out the book in me. Okay. So thank you very much. Hey, everyone, look out for the book written by yours truly very soon. Okay. So thank you very much. It's been an absolute pleasure having you on our series. Thank you. Thank you. We're looking forward to having you more. So keep the invitation line open.
All right.
Thank you very much. Good night, everyone. For those of you who don't yet follow us on IG. You are not yet part of our community. Do so. And again, you can get Nurse Gadima's book, Nursing to Wealth, on Seller. She has given us, she's gracious enough to give members of our community a flat 100% discount. This is an advantage you want to absolutely take hold of. We will see you at our next episode tomorrow. Good night.